One of the most important photos in the history of American art was taken in 1950, at the very end of the year, and it was published in Life magazine's January 15th, 1951 issue. And it features more than a dozen significant figures in the New York school, aka the sort of first wave of abstract expressionists. And there are names you will absolutely recognize in here. Willem Basiotis, Barnett Newman, Mark Rothko, Robert Motherwell, Willem de Kooning, Adolph Gottlieb, Ad Reinhardt, and dead center, next to Clifford Still, who looks way more dignified than I would have imagined, but right in the middle, Jackson Pollock, in an incredibly Jackson Pollock pose. But the figure that is most interested to me, the one who is literally at the very top, looming over everyone else, is Hedda Stern. And Hedda Stern was the longest lived of that generation of the New York school. She died in 2011, I think, at the age of 100. She was painting all the way through. But what's fascinating about Nina Lean's photograph is that the only woman in the entire photo is not only the one who is presented as higher than all the rest of them, but she's the only one whose shadow really is imposed on the image. You can see it against the wall. You can kind of see what I think is Motherwell's shadow being up, but it's not a form. It doesn't loom. In a way, she is two presences in this photo. And the next couple of episodes are going to be about the Irascibles, about the sort of 18 figures who signed an open letter to the Metropolitan Museum of Art that really changed the way the abstract expressionists, and particularly the New York school, was viewed both inside and exterior of the art world, particularly the museum world. And Hedda Stern, who a lot of the guys didn't want in that photo. They thought it took away from the seriousness. But when you look at the photo, she is giving it a weight that almost none of the others are. If you took her out, what you've got at best is a university club photo. But with her in it, there is something more to it. Both as a composition, it becomes a triangle instead of sort of a landscape. There's a pyramidal concept to it. But as far as impact, she is making herself the center of that photo, or I imagine it was Nina Lean who did so. But still, it's a statement for a movement that was never fully embracing of women who weren't involved with other members of the movement. And I think that makes this a really fascinating point. And as we look at the Irascibles and what they meant to the art of the 1950s and beyond, because I'm going to do a whole big, long, probably longer than 3-minute episode on Hedda Stern, it will really sort of speak to the fact that where art was in 1950 and where it was in late 1951 were very different places. So I hope you'll stay tuned.